wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gap. That's Deletha. I am Travis. It happens to be a holiday weekend in the States, if you're from the States.
I'm pretty sure that they do Christmas everywhere else, too. Maybe Christian countries.
Oh. Anyways, thanks for watching. It is SmackDown time. Now, if you know the spoilers, we forgot to look them up, and so we don't know them. Don't really care if you tell us what happens, but
tell us all of them in one chat, and then I'll read them out, and then I'll leave, and you won't have to see me until next Wednesday. Lucky you.
Boom. Because that's how she be rolleth. Although we can't hang out with you guys because, well, why not?
Ew, why would I do that? Only person that's going to hang out with us is Pico. Look, he's here. Pico is hanging out with us.
Well, he should be here.
Well, that'll make it, so I'll stick around for a minute, I guess.
You don't want to see AJ ready for the new year?
Nah, I don't really care about this person. It's weird.
AJ's weird?
I said it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
It's not Nyla.
It's weird.
It's not Nyla.
The situation is weird. It's
Nyla.
weird.
It's not Nyla.
It's still weird.
Oh!
Anyways.
AJ Styles.
Anyways, Piccolo says, "Hiya, Gab Gang. I see your Friday is filled with holiday cheer. You know, it'd probably be more cheerful if people were drinking." And Jacob Robertson is in the chat as well. Hey, Jacob. Brandon Stevens is with us right now. Hey, guys. How you doing? I guess you guys didn't watch the spoilers or read about spoilers, so you're here with us in the non-spoiler room. Somebody should just tell me the spoilers. Just tell them to me.
I hung my briefcases if you guys didn't notice. Or the briefcases, and they're not mine. They're hers.
I didn't win them.
You gotta climb a ladder. I'll go get it.
No, that's all right. If I do that, I'll probably break an ankle or something, and that's not how I want to really do my whole weekend. So, I'll pass.
Do you want to start the next year that way?
With a broken ankle?
Well, climb.
Are you gonna give one to me and just snap my ankle?
Yeah, I'll get that ladder, and you can climb up.
Oh no, you have to do it. You have to be the abuser.
Like my mom, she's all walking around today, like black and blue all over right here.
Does it look worse than it did?
Oh, it's 10,000 times worse. It's funny. Like yellow and black and blue, and it's her whole like.
Now it's like all of it instead. It was kind of more localized before.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
all
funny.
Over. Huh? Looks like heck.
Jacob says, "Morning, how are you?" "Great, Jacob. How are you doing?" Pico says, "Yeah, I'm not bothering to switch to wrestling." Brandon says, 8 women's tag team. Pico says, "I found a new online game, and it's pretty addictive." Online games that are addictive.
So I did too, and I played it for like 2 days, but I haven't got back on there because I played it for like a full day almost.
Wow.
Well, I had my phone on the whole day. And you go back to it because you battle, but you don't have to actually be there while you battle.
Oh.
I was going to show it to you. It's the one where you trace the dog.
Oh. Yeah, no. I don't want to play that
I think
game.
you'd like it.
No. Brandon says, Mishan, Mary, Brandon Stevens. And Sophie is in the chat saying, "Hi. Hey, Sophie. Did you get all the spoilers? You're going to tell them to us? So I don't have to watch
AJ
it.
beat LA Knight in the middle of the squared circle tonight?
No. Yes. He came back, so they're going to give AJ the win.
Yeah,
bye, LA Knight. You should probably just go back home.
I would assume that's the main event they were talking about that's going to happen, the first SmackDown of Raw. Or SmackDown of the year. That's the word I was looking for. I already had the SmackDown part, right? The first SmackDown of the Raw. You know, the first SmackDown of the Raw coming up.
Well, you know.
Boom! Happy holidays! Is a punk ass saying.
Merry motherfucking Christmas, bitches.
Don't be a punk ass.
Sophie says, Nick Aldis tweeted that tonight is going to be the final SmackDown of the year, even though next week is the last SmackDown of the year. Lies!
Maybe they don't count next Friday.
Lies! All lies. Sophie's like, "I'm behind you guys within a few minutes."
Yeah, we're behind too. It's all good. Right now, LA just said, "We'll put it to you like this. Roman Reigns." L.A. Knight.
LA Knight, yeah.
I had a buddy that was in prison, and I was writing him a letter once, and I was like, I can't remember how to spell night. And so I literally wrote it Knighthc. And so he has those letters still. He kept them. So just need to not run for any public office.
Because he didn't burn them? He's like, I'm keeping these forever because you're a moron.
I was the only person that wrote him in prison.
Oh, he better keep them forever.
He had, like, first of all, he's privileged, right?
Oh, he's the privileged type.
And he's always had
Surprised he
everything
even went
handed
to
to him.
prison.
One day here, let me tell you the story. So one day he decided
Walter's in the chat though. Hey Walter and Words789. Hey Words.
Hello. He decided he was going to start selling marijuana.
Oh wow.
And so he started making like a career out of it, and he started selling quite a bit of it. He was moving weight, is what you would have called it back in those days. I don't know what they call it nowadays. Anyway, so he was moving weight. Here comes Randy.
He was considered a
appreciative
real drug dealer.
Right. Yeah, he was buying them from like Mexico and like moving weight. Like pounds and pounds at a time. Anyways, one day he decided to meet a guy up at a mountain of the Boy Scouts. And while this was happening, the guy he was meeting was a cop. So he was arrested with 11 pounds
of the old Mary Jane wacky tobacco.
Of Mary with him. And he had like 14 back at home. And obviously they raided his house.
Of course they did.
So he had like 25 pounds.
Wouldn't you think that was odd anyways? Like, you want to meet up on a mountain? No, dude,
Maybe
I
he
don't
did it
fucking
all the
want to
time.
meet in a mountain.
I don't know. Anyway, so
If we're meeting in a public area, motherfucker.
He gets arrested and sentenced, not joking, to 1 year in prison.
That sounds about
So he
right.
did 3 months in the pen, 3 months in the county, 3 months in Cottonwood, 3 months in prison, and 3 months at a work release house in St. Anthony. That was his. So he had 3, 3, 3, 3, and that was his 1 year. And
he came out hard, wanted to murder
Oh,
people. He's so hard.
tats.
He's like Dom. He's like, I got the dad so hard.
He's like,
I went to prison.
it changed him.
It changed a man.
Anyway, so when he gets out, he's like, yeah, no more of that shit for me. So
He's like, I'm all about God.
He's like straight. No. He's all straight and normal and just a normal dude again. Well, anyways, he starts coaching Little League baseball. And like his teams are fantastic. He's actually coaching Les Schwab. And they go on and they're like in the College World Series. You know what I'm talking about? So he goes to the College World Series 2 years in a row with these 12-year-olds. So they're different kids each time, right? And he's going like, he's like, these are all of his friends' kids now. They're coming, you know, up and of his sister's cliques, friends' kids, right? So because she's older.
Right.
Her name's Kim. Anyway, so they're like, he gets Travis's kid, you know, like, and Kim and Travis have this athlete. He's super excited. Well, anyways, the College World Series passes a rule in there that you can't be a felon, which makes sense, right? You don't want felons around kids. So they like ratify so he can't coach him anymore. So when Les Schwab calls him, they have to like fire him or whatever. And he's just like, so I understand it, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, rehabilitation
should work. So if you have been good for 20 years after the fact,
right,
then that should count for something, even if you have a felony on your record.
Right. And now he's like, you know, whatever he is at Coke. He's high up.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they always say things happen for whatever reasons in your life, right? Not that I believe that all the time.
He's a referee now, and so he does like the college games local, he does high school games local, he does basketball, but mostly football. So he is a ref for whatever, the big guy.
Okay. So they have that championship tournament semifinal tonight with Kevin Owens and that Carmelo Hayes. So Nick Aldis came out, guys, when AJ Styles and LA Knight were out there talking, and it sounds like he told them, yeah, you're going to fight later or whatever. It sounded like, I'm guessing.
So going to fight?
I have no idea. I wasn't really listening. I was listening to Travis's story instead. Anyways, Word 789 said, not true. And Walter said, hey, Travis, and hey, Daphne. And Sophie says they were calling the first week of the new year WWE Knockout or something. And Walter says, LA Knight, Orton, and Styles promo. Oh, yeah. Randy Orton came out, too. That's what it was.
Bianca.
And then Ron Duffney came in our chat and says, I like you guys. You know what, Ron? We like you, too.
Yeah, we probably like you better. Look at this. Look at all these dames on a tank.
Sophie says, Triple H tweeted 6 shows with themed shows to begin the first week of the new year. Walter says, so SmackDown was taped. I'm not spoiling. You should spoil everything. Everything. Sophie says Triple H is going to be the man in charge of the Hall of Fame so we could see wrestlers that should have been inducted over the years finally get inducted. Okay, yeah. Being in charge of the Hall of Fame doesn't necessarily mean you have the charge of who goes in it. Like...
I mean, obviously, they're going to put some people in there. That
at least 50 times that probably should be only in there once. They were inducted to the Hall of Fame.
I know, they need to put Triple
times.
H. Triple H is going to put himself in there like 6 more times.
He's like, I was in this one, and then I was in this one.
I was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
And then I was this guy.
And then I
did this.
I was part of the, what was it called? The
They're
authority.
all complaining about your chat not being on your screen if you wanted to fix that.
Do what I want.
I know you do, but they're all like, Sophie said it, now Walter's saying something about it, because it makes so much difference if you guys see it. Walter says tonight is AEW Rampage. Yeah. Sophie's like, what Travis talking about now? People. Words is like, what a lovely story of reformation. So sad. Yeah, it's really poopy. Walter says, okay, at 9:05 I'm going, but I'll be here Monday for Raw for Christmas. There is no Raw on Christmas, Walter. They're going to do a best of show, and we will not be here.
My chat's not there. It died.
We will not be here Monday. We will not be here Monday. I'm telling you right now, we're not going to be here Monday night. Sophie says, I don't get the point of your story.
Don't do weed.
Don't do stupid things. I don't know. Don't be a felon.
The point of the story is that if you go to prison and you rehabilitate, you should just be a normal person. But if you go to prison and you don't rehabilitate and you still do stupid shit, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
That's the point, too. Robert Warney says, hey, what's up? Not much, Robert. How are you doing? You ready for Christmas? You ready for your weekend? You got a long weekend or do you have to work? Word says everybody makes mistakes. It's how you fix them. It's true. It's very true.
Yep.
Walter
it's just
says
not there.
Belair and Zelina Vega and Shotzi are and their tag team partner for the win. Ooh. And Ben is now in the chat for just a minute to say, hey, just popping in to say hi to Delitha. And I guess Travis too, since he is sitting next to you. Oh, how sweet. But he said, okay, that was fun. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. See you in the final week of 23. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now. All right. Merry Christmas, Vindicator, to you and yours. Have a fabulous holiday, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for dropping in for a minute. Appreciate it, hon.
I would have to do some research to wonder why that's not working.
Yeah, sorry. You're just going to have to deal with the no chat.
If you want to look at the top of my head the whole time, I can maybe figure it out. But that's weird.
It's done. No chat. You don't get it anymore. You guys were bad. Santa said no. Sophie says, when you read the spoilers, they don't give you this much detail about this segment. Why don't they give you the details? They should write up every single motherfucking detail. They should have a spy that was there.
Left, right.
And they're like, and then he came out from the left side, and he said in the suit that he had on,
he was wearing a tacky suit.
Blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, 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 yada, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. What are you doing?
I want it to read like a freaking book. Ta-da! And not only a book.
Sacrifice!
Like that Western. What's that Western? John Gray. Something Gray.
Sacrifice.
Book. I don't know if you know who this guy is. Letha does, but she's not listening. I think his name's John Gray. But anyways, he describes every single thing on every page of his books.
His name is Zane Grey.
Zane Grey.
He's an author.
We need him to write the SmackDown spoilers.
Yes, totally.
What happened was, it was a nice December day.
Ravi's in the chat. Hey, Ravi says, yo, what up, yo? Big up the spoiling gang. And Feecal's like, oh, boy. Well, it says, Travis, the chat's not on your screen. Oh, wait, I read that already. Feecal says, let me see. And Ravi's like, Triple H is a fraud. So he says, when Vince was in charge of the Hall of Fame, he got to pick who gets inducted every year. Ravi's like, nah, it's comedy about the chat. And Balor's like, oh, oops. And Feecal's like, TK is a tyrant, making him work on holidays.
TK and Triple H are the same guy.
They are.
Prove me wrong.
They're the same dude.
I'm pretty sure they're literally the same exact guy.
Walter says, okay, Wednesday for AEW. Word says, question. What is the worst movie starring a wrestler or made by a wrestler?
Okay, so there was one called Let's Get Ready to Rumble. It was about a wrestler. I don't think there was any wrestlers in it, but it was fucking terrible. There's also...
Was it made by a wrestler?
It was about a wrestler that wasn't real.
Like did they have a wrestler in it at all?
King's Crown or something was his move. It was... God, what's that? What movie is that guy in?
Services Nick Aldis said 2 weeks, not next week. So that is kind of confusing.
That's all.
Yeah,
good.
2 weeks. The indicator says that, and Pico says, yeah, I have some torn opinions about misdemeanor activities, and yeah, it can be a terrible cycle. Robert says, I'm doing great. Nah, I don't have to work on Chris.
That's the best basketball player in the world right there. If you saw him.
I hope he could take that one guy out.
He has the ball right now.
Do you think he could smack Green in the face?
No, Green would beat him up.
Why?
He's just a big, tall, goofy guy.
Green is not a big...
No. The 7-footer for Denver.
He doesn't seem goofy, though. He seems like he's kind of beefy.
Well, he is, but...
Look at how much thicker he is than a normal 7-footer.
I get it. He's 7 foot. If you're 7 foot tall, you can't fight. You're just going to fall to the ground and die.
Why would you do that? That's weird.
Have you ever seen a 7-footer that's coordinated?
I've never even seen a 7-footer, so I couldn't even tell you.
You went to school with JT. You can't tell me you didn't see him in the hallway.
I don't remember
his head brushed
anything.
the ceilings.
Was he 7 foot tall?
He was. He was 7'1".
I don't remember
JT Nelson.
him.
We were sophomores when he was a senior.
Yep, that's why I don't remember him. Nope, not at all. Anyways, Robert has Christmas off, which is fantastic. Well, I hope you get a 3-day weekend then. Pico says, Vin, be good for goodness sake. Happy holidays, bro. And this freaking guy is in the chat saying, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, this freaking guy.
This guy.
Thanks for coming in our chat saying Merry Christmas. Robbie says, I'm going me mamas and dads, then my brothers to see me niece and nephew. Big up to Christmas dinners. Are they going to be different Christmas dinners? I feel like if they're going to have the same food, it's not worth the hassle of 2 dinners. But if they're going to have different foods, then that's way better of Christmas dinners.
It's a box. I was like, what is that? Like a big bed or something?
It's a present.
Yeah. They just didn't have any wrapping paper that made sense.
Well, the whole thing doesn't make sense, so, there's that. Walter says, okay, no chat. And Sophie says, it looks like they are setting up LA Knight versus AJ Styles at some point. Feels like, I don't get it.
Really?
We are in chat. That's right. The chat is right there. It's just not on our screen, which I don't care. Vinegar's like, keep them whiskers clean, Picola. See ya, buddy. Walter says, oh no, Daphne, calm down. And Sophie says, and they also tell you how long the matches are. And Walter's like, hey, Leopold. Sophie says, Bayley re-signed with the WWE this week. Yeah, where else is she going to go? Picola says, I hardly ever leave the house. So paranoid. Escambia, co-officers, be on Cops TV all the time. I don't want to be a special guest on the show, fam. You're funny. Robbie's like, nah, just get D with a biased view to write the script. Why? Sophie says about the Tooth Fairy, and who says it's biased? I would just say what I saw. Just like anybody else would. So if you're saying that, Ravi, then no matter what, everybody is biased. Because if you're seeing what you saw, that's biased. You're biased. You're being biased by saying what you see. Stop being biased. It's inappropriate. Sophie's like, about the Tooth Fairy. What about the Tooth Fairy?
Ooh.
Words is like, Tooth Fairy is up there as the worst. Oh. You're saying that kind of wrestling movie. The Tooth Fairy.
So
with the Dwayne-inator in it.
I didn't hate it, but I do know what you're talking about. By the way, there is... All the Marine movies are worse than the Tooth Fairy, I think. The ones with the Miz.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Joker right there. That's the best player in the world.
He's petting that guy's head. It's weird.
He could probably step over that horse.
Don't be mean to the horse.
He's not being mean to a horse. He's literally taller than the horse. It's funny, he's hanging out with other dudes and they're all the same height.
The dudes or him?
Yeah, all three of them were the same height. Like, you don't see that very often.
Maybe they were on boxes.
He was the dude because they won the championship, right? He's the world champion. And he's sitting there at the press conference after the game, and he's like, hey, I'm going home. You know, he's from a different country. And they're like, you're not going to be in the parade? And he's like, there's a parade?
Aww.
Oh, my God. You could just tell his whole heart was broken. He's like, do I have to go to it? And they're like, yeah, you got to be part of the parade. He's like, he just... I'm going to be here for 3 more days.
Oh, poor guy.
He's like, I'm not winning any more championships.
He's like, I want to go home. Oh, God, there's a parade? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Never seen anybody not want to celebrate more.
I just want to go home.
Like Tom Brady trying to drop the Super Bowl trophy into the water when he was on the yacht.
Oh, I don't blame him.
Like, boop.
Walter says the Iron Claw is in the movies and new Wonka. Word says the Iron Claw looks pretty good. Yeah, it does. Robbie says, D looking like an Xmas pudding in the Xmas jumper, big up. And Sophie says, WWE superstars are only off Christmas Day since they go back on the road the day after.
Good for
and Walter says, Paul White did some movies. And Sophie says, Matt Riddle signed with MLW.
I saw that.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
Major League Wrestling.
Maybe they have no morals or
he's
rules
wrestling
against drugs.
The Rock's relative / the Usos brother. His name's Jacob Fatu.
Oh.
That's going to be his first match. I think that's their brother, right? Huh. Jacob Fatu.
I don't know. Word says, I think the Marine with John Cena was pretty trash.
Ooh, what's the one with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they put all the people on the island, they're all criminals, and they're all going to kill each other? That one wasn't too bad. I kind of like that one.
Pickle says, oh yeah, you know I have to get some white people food. Yeah, Piccola, get the old white people food. You know, us white people that don't know how to season anything.
What's white people food? Like
I have absolutely no idea.
Hamburger, steak? Seems like a white thing.
That's
like
it.
Cows.
Cows. You know, cows seem totally white people food.
Do they have cows?
No, I think Christmas white people food. Like, what do white people usually have for Christmas?
Pumpkin pie. Apple pie.
Ham
pie.
Or turkey or a roast.
I want to do
a rib roast.
A roast.
Sophie says, even though this is a taped show, it doesn't feel like it is a taped show. Walter says, Matt Riddle now in MLW. Any thoughts? Do you have thoughts about it?
As long as he's not in WWE, we're happy.
As long as he doesn't bring his drugs, I mean.
He can do whatever he wants there. I care less if he smokes J's on
the show.
Nobody watches that. And if they do, tell me how. How do you watch a show that no one knows exists? Like, I've heard of the
brand,
the group or whatever, but I don't know how you would watch it. Is it on YouTube? Does it have its own app? Does it have access, or do we just get it from Dave Meltzer? How do we know it really exists?
Yeah, how?
Do they just do it in school gymnasiums?
Rob is like, yes, it's defo worth the hassle, as I don't have to cook myself, you. Okay, not saying it was a hassle. I'm asking if you're going to get different foods. Like, are you going to be eating the same food at each place? Or is it going to be different foods at mom and dad's and your brother's? Is it going to be different food? Brandon says, Meechin, marries Brandon. Walter says, yes, street fight match, no DQ. Sophie says, so the more time Charlotte misses out, the more time gets added to her contract. Yes.
Yes.
Piccolo says, like today. We picked up some foreign ingredients because Mama loves to make rice noodles on both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. It's good luck. I understand that.
There's a thing called rice noodles. So is it noodles made of rice?
Yes. Yes.
I want to eat that.
I imagine you do.
Why do I not know these things exist?
Because you've never showed an interest in different types of pasta or noodles.
I've tried to get you to buy me pasta because I can't eat normal noodles because there's gluten in it. Now all of a sudden you're like, you never showed any interest in that.
Well, they have rice noodles, but I don't know what to do with them.
You just boil them in water and put spaghetti sauce on it.
Ew. And there's the white person coming out. Just saying.
In case you needed to know what white food was.
In case you needed to know what white people food was. That's it.
And ta-da.
Only it would be ketchup.
By the way, I am an Indian.
Then eat some tacos.
Some Indian tacos? I can't eat the scones. Oh, God kicked her right in the face. Love it.
Yes, I've heard that you make certain dishes during this time of the year for good luck and stuff into the new year and stuff of that nature. In different cultures and stuff. I have heard about that, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, us white people, we don't do that kind of stuff. Not that I know of anyways. My family never did. Sophie says, I only saw the first Marine. And Ravi says, any film with The Miz and any John Cena film.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She hit her?
Not only did she hit her, but she, like, when she spun, it turned the trash can lid this way.
Oh.
And so it went into the sharp edge.
Ouch. Well, hopefully
Instead of
Shotzi's
the
not
big
broken.
wide. I think the wide was supposed to hit her.
You think? Robbie says, and what did you see, Lindy, to not be biased? I don't know. You tell me.
Kick her ass.
Ew.
Oh!
Food and mist?
Misty food.
Gross. This is one of those disgusting
Look, she just
things.
dropped a bunch of Smurf jizz all over her boobies.
This is one of those disgusting ones where there's food
I don't
and
like
stuff.
when they do food in wrestling matches.
It's kind of gross. Creepy.
I don't hate it, but I don't.
Pico's like, he's Latvian, I believe. Oh, okay. Jokovic or whatever his name is.
Yeah, the Joker.
Walter says Fast and Furious 10, John Cena, good movie. Sophie says all the talent that waited 90 days are starting to make appearances at random wrestling promotions. Piccolo says Joker's brothers, they are pretty huge and got tats. They look gangster as fuck.
They probably are.
Walter says the Ms. Marine 3 not bad, and Sophie says one of the football games will be commercial free on Peacock as a Christmas present.
I heard that.
Walter says on Christmas there's NFL games. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Piccolo says you got me. Jacob Fatu, I need to Google him. Sophie says I know what movie you're talking about. Forgot the name of it. Walter says
really good.
The Expendables. I don't think it's that.
He was in that one, yes, but no. There's one where they take a whole bunch of prisoners and they put them on an island, and it's an internet company, and it's an illegal fighting thing, and they put them all on this island.
It's Abaddon and Isla Fire.
Oh, we haven't seen them for a minute. Good to see the dames back.
Oh, weird. Okay. Oh.
That one girl looks trashy enough to make a wife.
Pico says prime rib or ham and like mashed potatoes. That's white people food.
No, thank you, the ham. Every time I don't have it for a while, I'm always like, oh, it's going to be so good. And then I have it, and I'm like, never mind.
Travis doesn't like ham. I love ham.
There's a whole bunch of it in the fridge, and
I know.
It's going to go to waste.
Oh my God, stop being a weirdo.
Look at that, belly to back. Oh, no. Bianca turns it around. Esther drops her down, but look up in the air. Look up in the air. The Empress of the ground. She just falls. It's so uncoordinated looking.
Let's see. Sophie says Steve Austin did a few movies and TV shows over the years.
Yeah,
and
that's
Walter
the one I'm talking about.
MLW YouTube. Pico says, I don't know. We Filipinos always have a lasagna. I never understood why on Christmas holiday season. You know what's funny about that is that I'm pretty sure last year on Christmas we did a lasagna at my dad's. Didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I did lasagna last year or something. This year we're doing ribs
They let
or steak.
Meacham, they let fucking Reckoning pin the world champion.
That's weird.
I mean, I'm okay with it because... Oh, wait, no. That's not the champion. That's the other. That's
Kyrie Sane.
Kyrie, I think. Yeah, that's Kyrie.
But we're having scallop potatoes instead of mashed potatoes. So there's
I think that is the champion. She has the weird...
I couldn't see her.
It's really hard to tell. She's the one trying to get up. No, it is the world champion. Champion lost.
Wow.
What the fuck is wrong with
Oh,
Triple
they
H?
did. They totally took his little baby girl and he was like, well, she's cool. Let's put her up there.
I don't know why he likes her anyways. I mean, she's built nice. Don't get me wrong. She does have curves. But other than that, there's...
Oh, look, 3 months ago. This is how AJ Styles got his beat down.
Yeah, this is when Homeboy jumped off the top.
Oh, no! He got broken. Broken.
Solo. You got the aerial...
Sophie says
tactician
AJ
there.
Francis is going to wrestle Joey Janela in some indie promotion in January. And Walter says there's OVW on YouTube also. Piccolo says, along with the foreign stuff, yeah, different foods, yeah, man, Ravi said. And Piccolo says, I'll share the pics. Nice. Sophie says, if Sasha comes back to the WWE, will she be the bigger hypocrite than CM Punk?
None of them are hypocrites. They want to get paid. I don't consider it hypocrisy.
Hypocritical?
Just hypocrisy.
Walter says, geez, Asuka's green mist. It's more like blue, but yeah. Robbie says they don't need boiling for that long rice noodles. You can make some soups with them. Yeah, they're like a quick, almost like ramen noodles, kind of. Maybe even less. Pickle's like, shh, oyster sauce or fish sauce. It's the secret ingredient. And this is why I don't eat a lot of Asian food. Because that stuff tastes yucky to me. I don't like it. Oyster sauce and fish sauce? No, thank you. More power to you guys that you can eat it, but I can't do it. Robbie's like, white people food is bland. Robbie, stop. You don't even know. Sophie says Mustafa Ali already announced. You know what? You know why he says white people food is bland? Because he lives in England. You know what I've seen in England of their food? I can see why you say it's bland. Because your motherfucking shit is bland, dude. But you've never been to freaking Louisiana and the Cajun area and ate the food there. Or any other place in the United States that's not the Midwest. Do not go to Ohio. The armpit has bland food. It's just like England. It's disgusting.
They have steak.
They don't know how to make steak in Ohio. You're thinking different. Not Ohio.
You're so weird.
Sophie says Mustafa Ali already announced a world tour. A world tour of what? His disgusting, deplorable agendas? Which part? Sophie says, I haven't watched every scene of the Rock movie. And Ravi says, oh, white people food allergic to seasonings. Sophie says, Fast 10 is leaving Peacock soon. And Walter says, oh man, no wrestling on Monday. Boo! Walter's like, yes, Belair team won. And Sophie says, oh, I think I have seen that Steve Austin movie before. Still don't remember it. Ravi says, what a shit match making Esta win.
Esta didn't win.
But she didn't win.
I mean, she was
like
on
her
the winning
team won,
but she
didn't win. She didn't get the pin. She was out doing something else. Sophie says, wasn't that Steve Austin movie a reboot of a famous movie or something?
It could have been. I don't remember, but it's. I mean, I love the premise of the movie. They should really do that stuff. Let prisoners fight to the death.
Walter says, boo,
I've always been
Bloodline,
for
and
it.
Robbie's like, D living it up with a 5-star food steak for Christmas.
I'm like, the purge should happen, but just in prison.
You're laughing about it, Robbie, but what's wrong with steak? Do you have a problem with that?
Like what kind of steak?
Probably ribeyes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I don't have a problem with it, but Ravi seems to take exception to it.
What about Wagyu or whatever?
I don't know.
Is there a Wagyu ribeye? Probably, huh? Because it's still an animal
Yeah. Well, it just comes from a cow.
with a rib.
Sophie says, wow, they finally brought them back to TV after months off TV. I think one of them was broken or sick.
Either way, it don't matter. They're back, and I'm looking forward to it because we have a really bad tag team champion in WWE right now for women. I mean, terrible. Like,
Yeah.
maybe arguably the worst ever.
Let's bring up all the NXT tag people and put them up against them. Oh, wait, they're already doing that. Congratulations. So it says AJ Styles still didn't give us why he attacked LA Knight. And Walter says Dragon Lee for the win. Oh, God, that's on our TV next.
Dragon's out there.
Oh, God. It's an NXT title. Why the fuck isn't it on NXT? Nobody gives a shithole.
I don't know. Maybe they're going to move the North American Championship
Christ
up to the main
almighty.
roster. You ever thought of that?
Ugh. Anyways, Rebecca Chatless in the chat. Hey, Rebecca, nice to see you. Says, Merry Christmas. What's on your sweaters?
Llama and Santa.
Llama.
Llama face.
Llama face. Sophie says, wow, the audience were crickets during that match. No.
Okay.
Byron Cutler in the chat says, AOP. Words
AOP.
says Steve Austin movie
Think
on
they
the
might be coming
island
back.
called The Condemned
That's
with
it.
Vinnie Jones.
It was pretty good.
Well, thanks for that, Words. You were awesome going and looking that shit up. You're amazing.
Scissor Daddy.
Robbie says, I thought you might have had something more traditional. Why the fuck would we have traditional? Dude, no. My family doesn't do traditional. Like, it just doesn't happen. Like, we had lasagna last year, for crap's sake. This year, we were like, what the fuck do you want to do? I was like, I don't know, something easy.
Did you just see that attorney commercial?
No, I wasn't paying attention to it.
Oh my god.
Was it funny?
That was funny because it was awkward. He was like some like gangbanger attorney, and he's like, if you hurt one of my clients, then we come after you. Like, what the fuck?
That could be considered a threat. And that might go against your morals as a lawyer.
I was
Just
like,
saying.
is that real? But it was a real commercial. It's a real law firm. It was funny. I should have got the name of it. Maybe it'll be on another
Well,
commercial.
you know, when you're Louisiana, you do it. New Orleans. Why not? Sophie's like, Authors of Pain that Byron was talking about, AOP.
Yeah, we definitely want them back. And they
Like,
are
wow,
coming
I
back.
thought they gave up wrestling since we haven't seen them in a while.
Right. One of them got hurt really bad. Not like a little. It was like major knee surgery or something.
Oh.
And I think they got rid of the other one because of
Not
it.
diverticulitis.
In the knee. Yeah. The diverticulitis in the knee.
Diverticulitis in the knee.
Some people get that.
Ooh.
Right in the knee.
Ugh, that's sad. Vagina-itis. Happens a lot,
That's
I've
a bad
noticed.
one too.
Piccolo says, what would be cool? A Roadhouse reboot with like Steve Austin or I don't know, fill in the role. You know, I thought they did Roadhouse again. I thought they were or did it. And I feel like it was probably a flop.
Would you put Austin in the place of Terry Funk?
Yeah, the guy that was at the door, huh?
Terry Funk.
What do you call those guys?
Bouncer.
Bouncer. That's the B word I was looking for.
And then you put
Not
Zac
Butler.
Efron as the main guy.
That's no. You'd have to get somebody who could do kickboxing stuff because he was like a kickboxer or something. Robin says,
Patrick
LOD,
Swayze.
they saved the best matches for the pre-recorded. Oh, no.
Do they have an action hero guy movie star today?
Sophie says they are
Like a
doing a
Van Damme
Roadhouse
type?
reboot with Jake Gyllenhaal for Amazon that is coming sometime next year. See, there it is. Sophie knew.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Fuck off.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the dude, but come on, man.
He's going to try to be in the place of Patrick Swayze? Oh, my. Oh.
Yeah, Zac
Oh,
Efron
my.
would have been better. Told ya.
Everblessed in the chat. Hey, Everblessed. Says, guess who is back? AJ Styles?
Slim Shady.
Oh, Slim Shady. That's a good one,
Oh,
too.
Abaddon.
Oh, Abaddon's back? Yeah. Alba Fire?
Alba Fire.
That's not Abaddon.
And the other one?
I don't remember.
Redhead.
Yeah. Isla Dawn. That's it.
Isladon.
Robbie says, I guess the turkey is a bit dry. Turkey's disgusting. Sophie says the
No, it's
Condemned
not.
wasn't great. If it was, I would have remembered the name quickly. Everblessed says, hello, everyone. And Word says, also, why is the law firm commercial threatening its potential audience?
Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
It was
It
awesome
seems
though. I was
normal.
like, is that real? It's like, you don't want to mess with that. I'm like, is he a former wrestler?
Sophie says Steve Austin was also in Grown Ups too. Everbless says, Sophie, like my profile pic. Ravi says the Mexicans always get disrespected when it comes to food. People just add paprika and call it Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
In your country? Not surprising. Not surprising. At all. Word says, I don't like Steve Austin, but I like this new meme of him with a 1,000-yard stare. Sophie says The Rock did the Walking Tall reboot.
Yeah, he did.
It was a reboot.
That one I
don't mind it, though.
I would put that as one of the worst movies I've ever
Travis
seen.
hates it. He hates that movie. I don't really mind it.
And I love Stifler, and I like The Rock.
Walking Tall doesn't have Stifler in it.
Oh, what's that one?
Walking Tall
I know it's that one. That's a casino one. It's stupid. What's the one with the...
I don't remember
the getaway
what that one's
or
called.
the catch or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Also dumb.
Piccolo's like, wow, nice casting. Robbie says, D, what the F you expecting for a shitty pre-recorded SmackDown? I expect you to not be a weird, biased person.
I would like to not have Butch on my television against freaking
Dragon
Lee.
Who's an NXT person. Hello, dumb. Piccolo's like, did you just say Jake Gyllenhaal? Yeah, I said Jake Gyllenhaal. And then Sophie said that Jake Gyllenhaal was the one that's in the reboot. And Sophie's like, yeah. And Everbless says, sorry, I haven't been in the chat lately. I was in Barbados. What the fuck? What? Like they don't have internet in Barbados or something? Fuck off. No. Lies. I don't believe it. You weren't in fucking Barbados. You were in jail.
In Barbados? I
They
never
probably
ever want
don't
to go
have
to a Barbadian.
the internet of capabilities
Barbadian
in jail
prison.
for prisoners.
You don't want to be in a Barbadian prison.
Robbie says Patrick Swayze's shame what happened to him. Yeah, cancer's a bitch. Everbless says, you guys like my profile picture? Oh my god, it's so amazing. I can't tell what it is. It's so tiny. I'm sure it's amazing though. So if it's like the reboot Roadhouse movie is coming to Amazon Prime springtime next year. I think you
Scissor
said
Daddy.
that. That's cool.
Scissor.
Robbie says, nah, in most countries do with Mexican food. No, Robbie, no.
You have to put chili powder
Which
in it.
countries are you talking about, sir? Are you talking about America? Like the United States? Like the U.S. America part? Because if you are, you're incorrect, sir. I'm sorry to inform you of that. You do not win the prize. You don't get to go past go, sir. Nope, no. So if you're talking about European countries doing it that way, yeah, they probably do because they're idiots. I've noticed. Just like we're idiots with other people's country cuisines.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's probably going to put me at the bottom of the barrel. Is Mexican food from Spain?
No.
So when the Spaniards came over, they adopted the natives' food?
They probably mixed stuff to make Mexican food. So they might have some stuff that's fashioned after food in Spain, but it's not going to be, not everything in Mexico is going to be what you would find in Spain at all.
Right, because the plants are different, obviously.
Well, it's not just the plants, but you had, they were mixing with native people and what you had here as native food in Mexico. And so you would cumulate whatever those dishes were to make stuff. So there might be stuff that has hints of things, like take Louisiana, for instance, right? So you have different cuisines in Louisiana. You have Cajun cuisine. You have so many others that I can't even name right now. It flew out of my brain. Anyways, there's so many different cuisines in Louisiana. And the reason is because of how much different influences there were. Because you had French influence, you had Cajun influence, and all that different stuff. So, I mean, you have all this different, like, influences, right? To make them have their own specific cuisine for certain areas in our states in the United States. And Mexico is the same way. In different parts of Mexico, like their cuisine is like completely like different from what you would find over here. Like
cocaine and marijuana.
Sure, something else. If we're going to say that,
heroin and then
you'd have to go back. You'd have to go down to South America for more of that stuff. But
Colombia.
Yeah. Anyways, but they would probably have
Venezuela.
some influence, of course, from But that happens with every country. Like, there's going to be influences of different things, you know. Like, okay, for instance, like
Idaho, it's a
French
potato.
likes to put gravy on a lot of shit. They, like, use butter in a lot of their dishes and so on and so forth. If you go to Europe, there are other countries around them that did take, especially if they're close to them and border them, like border cities and stuff, and it kind of went down in or through the countries of certain dishes that they incorporated that kind of stuff into. It happens everywhere. So it's just weird to me that somebody would say, and I know he's just joshing around and stuff, but it's ignorant. It's an ignorant statement, just like the statements you say. It's an ignorant statement of saying that, oh, that's how they make Mexican food in any country. They just put paprika on it. That's how they make it. And it's like, dude, are you fucking retarded? Like, I mean, like you want to sit there and tell me about your cuisine and how special it is and all this shit, and you're going to tell me that. Like, the culture for me is just like, what the fuck, man? Like, no, not gonna, nope. For me. Word says The Rock was in a really trashy movie called The Rundown.
That's it.
Back in 2003. That's the one he was talking about. Word, see? Words knows. Words know. You guys are on the same wavelength of stuff.
Yeah, it had Steve Stifler in it, and it was all
like
sorts
some
of weird.
trashy action flick. Sophie says it would be interesting how many viewers the WWE lost after people read the spoilers. Everbless is like, guys, guess what person this pick is? I can't see it enough to guess. Sorry. Robbie's like, D, I can't lie. It was nice to sleep rather than watch AEW on Wednesday. I'm sure it was. I'm sure you were exhausted. Rebecca says, hey, Sophie. And Robbie says, just most countries in general. Oh, yeah, most countries. See, that's the ignorance coming out in your statements. Congratulations. Sophie says, do you expect this NXT championship to get won by an NXT superstar so it could go back to NXT at some point?
I hope both of them go back to NXT.
I thought that Dragon Lee was an NXT person, and then somehow he wasn't, then he was, and then...
I just hope they both go back and they can represent the brand with pride and
Everbless
take
says,
the title
did y'all
with
see
them.
the profile pic in jail? Oh my god, is it somebody in jail? I have no idea. So if it's like Walking Tall and The Rundown both have the same type of movie.
Ew, yeah.
Kind of the same. Yeah.
It's just a B-rated movie.
Rob is like, D, you're a frat. How do you not like oyster and fish sauce?
Ew.
I don't like...
seafood.
Any of that stuff.
You don't like fish.
I don't like fish in
Every
general.
once in a while I can get her to eat a tuna fish.
I just don't.
But it's rare.
I'm very weird when it comes to that stuff. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. I just don't. It gives me gag, yuck reflex. I mean, I don't really gag, but it just, to me, it's unappetizing. And I don't like the taste of it. And so that's why I don't eat a lot of those dishes. It saddens me that I have that problem. Because there's a lot of wonderful dishes but they use that as a base, and so I don't really like it. Pickle's like French. Yeah, French. Everbless says, did y'all see the picture and Liv Morgan in jail going to end up like Dirty Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah, only worse.
Prison might change her.
It's going to change her so much. Sophie says, at least Butch is still coming out to the Brawling Brutes theme. Ayla says toast. French toast. French toast. Like stuffed French toast, though. Yum. Pico says, loving the TED Talk. Sophie says, we know Idaho isn't part of America. Someone changed the subject. Ayla's like, you're right, Sophie. We're part of Florida. Robbie says, French toast is just posh toast for winkers. And Ayla says, Robbie, you eat beans on toast. And Pico's like, The Rock, meh. I wish he could act more like Dave Bautista and not talk and just be like this weird sidekick on the sidelines. I was like, but people in the UK and most countries butcher curry. It's all mad. Well, of course they do, Ravi. Of course they're going to butcher it. Like, unless you're going to that country for their specific cuisine and their specific food, it's not going to be the same everywhere else. Unless you know somebody who can make it, and you know somebody, or you are in a place where you can get the exact ingredients that are used for those things. You're not going to be able to recreate it to the point that it's like what your mama makes at fucking home.
Dragon Lee just beat Butch, which is weird as F to me because Dragon Lee is terrible, but Butch, I didn't think
it was for the NA title. So.
I didn't think he was that bad, but to lose to Dragon Lee is disgusting.
Lame. It's lame on all sides.
So both of these guys should literally just be let go. This is disgusting.
Angelo's laughing. That's ignorant. Oysters are disgusting. They kind of are. I mean, they're all mushy looking, and I mean, people slurp them. Ugh. I mean, the sound of people eating them is like disgusting. Like it's all just gross to me. Rob is like, yeah, because it's a British food that people in Britain like. Seem like you have some foods that only you Yanks understand. No shit.
Like pizza.
Like that's not even it because
spaghetti. French fries.
I think it's more like biscuits and gravy. Like, they do not understand that at all.
They don't put bread in their gravy.
No, they fucking are weird. Those motherfuckers over there, they don't even know what that shit is. Rebecca says, forgot, are you together? If so, how did you meet?
I don't know her.
Ew, gross.
She just shows up. She shows up on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Goes, hey, we're going to go on there. I'm like, sure.
He just lets me out of the attic. It's fine.
It happens 4 years in a row now.
Robbie, stop being ignorant. Sylvia says, I feel bad for the superstars of NXT at this point since they don't have their mid-card championship right now. Pico's like, yeah, Robbie, laughing. Robbie's like, ew, stop acting dumb. Word says, I swear, Dave Bautista doesn't talk in most of his roles other than Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not true, Words. He talked in a movie about zombies.
Oh, fuck.
And it was horrible. It was awful. I wanted him not to talk.
I forgot that movie existed.
Travis made me watch it. He's like, we got to watch this movie. Why? Well, we got to say we watched it. Please no.
It had a wrestler in it, so I thought it might be decent. I was wrong. So, no shit. Like, he's in a movie with a little girl, and it's like a spy movie, and it's not too bad.
That one wasn't too bad. That one was okay.
I like that one.
Ella says they aren't together. Travis is a hologram. Robbie says, and that's most Indian restaurants in the UK that butcher it. It wouldn't surprise me any, Ravi. I mean, they took over the country and thought that they knew everything about it. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. I'm surprised that half the country even kept most of their normal cultural cuisine in reality.
They couldn't keep it because it was barbaric.
Picola says everything authentic we eat is all lies. Like Taco Bell chalupas. Oh my God! Chalupas. Picola, stop. Taco Bell isn't even real food. What are you talking about? That's just not right. Sophie says they are doing a best of show for next Friday as well. Word says the stream turning into a UK food versus USA food. You know, it's fine. They all have their own things, and I get it. I have seen some of their shit that they make, though, or what they consider, like, Chinese food and stuff, and I'm just like, and you guys get on us about our stuff? And I'm just like, no. See, nah. Nah, you can't. You can't. You can't. Not with that shit hanging out in your restaurants.
I was fist bumping you because they're going to do a best of show Friday too, so we don't have to do Friday.
Oh my God, we don't have to do Friday next week?
So all we have to do is Wednesday.
Fuck yeah. Awesome. Best of show on Friday.
So you guys better hang out with us on Wednesday so we can talk a whole bunch of shit about everybody else's culture.
Yes.
Or she can.
I'm not talking shit about anybody's culture.
Sounds like you've been nothing but talking shit about everybody's culture.
No, that was Ravi that was talking shit. He's the one that's saying that every country can't do Mexican food, and the only way they do it is they put paprika and stuff and call it Mexican food. That's called ignorance.
You've got to use chili powder, too. I
feel
like that's a must.
That's called ignorance. Thank you.
Ooh, and there's a thing called
It's Ravi and Travis clothing.
There's a thing called cumin you have to use, and it smells like BO. And if you don't have the smell of BO, it's not authentic.
It's true. They use cumin in a lot of stuff. But after it, even when it cooks, it doesn't smell like that anymore.
That's how you make authentic
It was like, Ravi, you bring up this argument a lot. I know, it's weird, right? I mean, he's like obsessed with it. Oh, look, it's Aaron.
Oh my God.
Hey, Aaron. Sophie says Batista was also in Glass Onion, the Knives Out sequel. Yeah, he didn't talk much on that one, which was fine.
Oh my God, he was in that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't talk very much, so it was okay.
Yeah.
He was like this weird little supporting actor. It was kind of freaky, but yeah. But I was like, that's my favorite top tier acting. When they don't talk. Which one? It was like, oh, another account. Dude, why? Please leave me alone. Robbie says, Ayla, it's been a long week, man. Don't make it even longer. And Sophie says, I don't know why they are doing a best of show for both Monday and Friday. Because Raw has to have one and SmackDown. They're separate, remember? They're not the same. Separate.
So they need 5 hours of highlights?
They do. They need 5
Look at
hours of
that
highlights.
guy's
It's like this horrible, gross, never-ending, weird pay-per-view that nobody wants to see. Is that what those 7 feet tall people look like?
Yeah, they have a bunch of abs. They look like a millipede, but with abs.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing out on anything. Oh, Ayla's like, tell me about it. Crazy long week. Sophie says, so working only one day next week. Who is? Who's
Us.
only working one day?
Us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like real job people. No, I'm working more than one day. Robbie's like, most food is made for the English market. Go figure. Oh my God, no way, Robbie. Predominantly English market. Oh no. You live in the UK. The fuck do you expect? Ella says, do Mexicans even use paprika? You know, I don't fucking know. Do they?
Oh my God. That sounds racist, Ayla.
She is Mexican.
And she doesn't know.
Well, why would she? She wasn't raised in a Mexican household.
You're born with it.
You're born with it. You should know. You know, I have watched like authentic Mexican people make their food, and they might use paprika, but in all reality, like paprika, does it even have a flavor? I mean, after all, it's just red bell peppers dried and crushed up.
I don't know what it is, but maybe.
No, that's what it is. That's
then
what
you know.
bell
I don't.
paprika is.
Well, then, of course they use it, because that's who grows it. Isn't that where bell peppers come from?
Is where?
Mexico?
I don't know. We grow them here too. They grow them in Canada.
They
So
grow 'em everywhere now. I'm saying
are we going to say they
came
probably grow
from-
them in South America? They probably grow them over in other countries. Are you sure that that's where they
I
came from?
forgot to say that my ignorance is everywhere. So from south of Texas down is Mexico. Sorry.
So he says, I get why we are getting a best of show on Monday, but the Friday one I'm confused by. Pickle says, I think human eats our brains slowly for sure, doesn't? Ravi says, D, you're a fraud calling me ignorant. Come on, man. I'm a fraud for calling you ignorant. You are ignorant.
Roman and Nick, look at this. Together at last. Together at last.
You booked the triple threat match? Words says Batista was silent in James Bond Spectra and Blade Runner sequel. Yeah, as he should be. It looks like, Ravi, you are an ignorant gaslighter. Just move on. So he says, if I was Fox and USA Network, I would find something to replace Raw and SmackDown for next week. Robbie's like, Ayla, pineapple,
snap.
what do you know anyways? What the fuck are you doing, pineapple?
Those
people?
were great ideas that he had, Roman said, but it would be better if you ran them by me first, because I'm the head of the table. Everything goes through me. And he needs Nick to understand that.
I would imagine.
Adam Pearce knows that.
People's like, check out Word 789 Cinephile, person of culture.
Yeah. It's me. I'm personal culture.
I can't see any of their little things very well, so it says you don't have a chat on the screen. Oh no. Yeah, we went over this. We don't know what happened to it. Travis lost it. Pico says, unlike that fart joke weirdo LOL on Wednesday.
What'd I lose?
The chat that's not on the screen.
It's not lost.
It's lost. It was like, I am Hispanic. We don't use paprika here. Flavorless. It's only for color on deviled eggs. I know. Does it even have, that's what I mean. Does it have flavor?
What's Hispanic? I feel like I need a definition of Hispanic.
Robbie's like, nah, most crisps that claim to be Mexican flavor just use paprika. Okay, so that's probably where you're at. I'm saying here it's not that way. Sophie says next week will be easy for a lot of YouTube watch-along channels since they are only going to watch Dynamite unless there's a channel that watch every wrestling company on TV. And Walter says, hey, Aylin. And Walter also says, okay, bye, guys. Happy holidays. See you Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter. Merry Christmas, Walter. You have a fabulous rest of your weekend. And hopefully you are not working Christmas Day and you have a wonderful day with your family. Sophie says, at least with the holidays off watching wrestling, I get to play with my Christmas gifts. Ayla's like, find it. And Ravi's like, so this day, one pay-per-view, what's it all about? Any good matches?
What kind of Christmas gifts do you get? You get toys?
What's it all about?
Toys.
You want toys?
I bought the kids' toys, and I'm like,
I want to play with those.
I want some toys.
I want some Legos. It was like, I can send you my ancestor results.
That just says mutt.
Robbie's like, message retracted. So
it's like 17% of everything.
Basically.
Or less.
Sophie's like, my roommate is off school for 2 weeks. It's weird that your roommate goes to school. Like, do they teach school or something? Or, like, they go to school?
What kind of school?
Rob is like, Hispanic. Is that just a fake Mexican?
No. I don't know what it is.
Wow. The racist ignorance right there is amazing to me.
There's no racist there. That's just ignorance. Racist would mean, like, you'd have to have, there's something bad about it.
Well, he laughed about it afterwards, so yeah.
Oh! Bigot.
Definitely. Sophie says I'm probably getting the new Spider-Man game. My roommate is a teacher. Oh, cool. What kind of teacher? Like special needs teacher, first grade, kindergarten, elementary school,
resource room,
junior high, high school. What kind of teacher?
What are they teaching?
Do they teach a specific subject, or are they like in elementary where they teach all?
Are they a professor of thugonomics?
Piccolo says, I have a new ice cream maker and some new jumpers, aka sweaters. Okay, so it's cool that you have an ice cream maker and that you have sweaters. Jumpers. No.
Yes.
Rob is like, so day one, what's this shite all about? I don't think it's even a pay-per-view, hon. I think it's just...
It's Raw.
Raw.
It's on day one. It's
just
first.
on the first as Raw. It's nothing else. So this is high school teacher with random subjects.
Well, that's cool.
Okay, I've never heard of a high school teacher that has random subjects before, ever in my entire life.
Now you do.
I guess so. I don't think that exists, but okay. High school teacher it is.
You
Random
haven't been
subjects.
in high school for like 10,
they don't like...
For 5 years.
Fuck off, dude. I was only there for 3.
No, I said you haven't been there for 5 years.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been there for at least 5. But I'm pretty sure that they still have certain subjects that they teach. I mean, they don't teach much anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's just certain subjects, right? Like, what sex are you? What are your pronouns?
Yes.
I think that's all they teach, right? How to be or not to be racist. Where's your safe space? Isn't that what they teach in school nowadays? Word says, I miss the days when a fat man like me could join WWE. Aw, don't call yourself names like that. It was like an interpreter teacher. Interpreter? Okay. Entrepreneur? Are you saying entrepreneur or are you saying interpreter? Sophie said high school teacher was science. Okay, so that's not a random subject, sweetie. That's actually very specific.
Not anymore.
Well, no, not really. I mean, science doesn't really exist. You know, that's just fake. Science. Science. Sophie says in Florida, the governor banned some books in schools. And Robbie says, oh, that's a great school lesson.
I don't even know if that's even
It was like, I'm saying words. Is that the right one? Ayla says I'm saying words. Is it on there?
It's as there as it's going to
Looks like it. Yep, there it goes. Next one. Ayla says, I had a flat earth teacher at my school. She's cool.
Science.
Was she teaching science? Was it geography?
All you have to do is head that direction and you'll hit a ice wall. eventually.
Sophie says, I don't know what subjects my roommate teaches. It looks like I give up. Well, usually if they're a high school teacher, they only teach one subject. That's what I'm saying. Sophie says, yay, you fix even though we are almost done. Oh, I know. We should have just left it off so everybody could just be humble and weird about it. Rob is like, what does science actually teach you? It depends on what science you want to go into.
Depends on the real, like, do you want political science? Do you want the science of human nature?
Do you want chemistry? Do you want biology?
Burn things down with rubbing alcohol. Like,
Chemistry.
That's chemistry, but there's all sorts of different things.
Science is like so many different things. That's, you know.
It's just the study of fill in the blank.
Yeah, this is, science, obviously. Obviously. Tim says, every year my roommate gets different subjects because she teaches 3 classes.
Oh, that's cool. What kind of classes? Like gym and math and science?
3 classes? The fuck, can't they get enough teachers?
That's what you're supposed to teach if you're a coach. Is math, science, or history. Because they never change.
Are you sure about that? I've heard a lot of different conflicting answers in my lifetime this last 10 years. Ella says we had to wear these shiny hats in her classrooms. Nice. So
Yeah, the Wi-Fi.
math, science, and I forgot the third subject. People's like, high schools have STEM here. STEM.
A lot of stems.
STEM. You might have to tell me what that is because you know what? I probably did not have that in my high school. Feels like they're trying to mold engineers. It's probably not a bad thing. Or I was like, Dee, you should go into schools and do talks about how not to end up when leaving school. Wow, you're just on a roll of being an asshole tonight, aren't you? You know, fuck you, Ravi. I don't want you to be our mod anymore.
You're so mean. Why are you being weird?
That's an asshole comment.
What do you say?
Dee, you should go into schools and do talks about how not to end up when leaving school. Like he's a pristine person who went to school and he became some weirdo who takes care of and you know, and babysits people who have mental issues.
Like us.
In straitjackets. Like,
That's
wow,
funny.
Congratulations, buddy.
I need a
like, yeah. Wow. Yeah, woo. You should give some talks too, buddy. I mean, after all, jeez.
STEM sounds like it's a pretty cool little thing. It's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Hey, that's cool. They should do that everywhere. They should just put everybody in a tech. Put everybody in a tech whatever thing. Do tech school. So it says my roommate also has to wait for her students to get picked up before she could come home. Oh, so she does teach the special people. That makes sense. It was like, finally off with Robbie. Where it says, please don't ban me. Why would I ban you? Where are you getting banned for? What'd you say?
Who got banned?
A word says, please don't ban me. Why would we ban? What'd you do? What'd you do? People's like, this chat needs to get cold sprayed. Jeebus. I told you I didn't want to be here. You guys forced me to be here tonight. Nobody would give me the fucking spoilers so I could leave.
Just so everybody knows.
So all you guys know, it's all of your faults why this is happening. Congratulations. Merry Christmas.
No accountability.
Merry fucking Christmas. It was like, Robbie is a stereotype, but I won't say which one. So it says, I'm usually the pain in the ass for D, but Robbie is taking that job. My roommate does teach specialty. Okay. It makes sense why then that they have multiple categories of what they teach. That makes way more sense now.
She would have been my teacher.
Why they teach more than one class, not in high school. They're a teacher in high school. I think by high school you weren't, though.
I wasn't retarded anymore.
You weren't taking your special classes anymore.
I got over my
You were like, I finally learned how to read.
Learned how to read in 6th grade.
Robbie says, nah, Fab D, you would be good at teaching kids who are leaving school on what the real world is. No, that's not what you said, motherfucker. Nuh-uh, you can't go back. You can't go back and fucking change what you said now. Oh, hell no. 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 It was like banned words, banned Fat Lisa, banned Sophie. And Sophie's like, why do we want to spoil stuff for you? Because then I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't even have to listen to me. You could have spoiled it all for me. I would just read out the spoilers and been like, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, plug your ears, la, 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 look away from the phone. The chat wasn't even in there anyways. And then I could have been like, suck it, done, out. Merry fucking Christmas.
Do you want to play with my ball?
Do you want to play with my ball? It's on my boob.
Like, it's too far away. Might get banned. Look, you have two nipples. One's black and one's gold.
Well, I can't put it right here. It doesn't clip very easily.
Put it on the inside, because it's very secret. So the sound will go through. That's what I did yesterday.
Why would I want to put people in my boobs?
It's just they like to be...
I'm sure people like to be nestled up in there.
In the cleavage. All people.
All people. Just all people.
It's very encompassing. A breast. We all had a breast at one time that we nestled up against.
Pickle says, oh yeah, my accountability is how much eggnog is in my belly.
I know, that's mine
But
right now.
I'm on autopilot anyhow. Gross. Eggnog is the most disgusting. Gross, guys. Judgment Day in the chat. What? Judgment Day? Oh, no, it's Rebecca.
Judgment
Rebecca
Day.
changed their name using the same picture. Can I be a moderator, please?
No.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Eventually in the world. If
Do you want to be here for 3 years?
You got to hang out.
You have to show consistency.
You need to be here
And
every
take my
minute.
shit. And if you can't take my shit, then you can't.
You have to be here every minute of Raw, every minute of Dynamite, and every minute of SmackDown every week for like a year.
Yeah, I blew on your
minimum.
asshole.
Did it go?
No, but he was trying to leave and I blew on it and he stopped. And I did it again. He just looked at me like this, like.
No, inappropriate.
He's
like, put the chair out, Dad.
He's like, why are you doing this?
Who got it? Kevin Owens beat that piece of shit.
As it should be. Kevin Owens should be the winner.
Good riddance.
Carmelo needs to go throw himself in the dumpster where he belongs. Dumpster. Dumpster, baby. He's like looking at you like, is this okay?
He's like,
It's fine. Is this okay where I sleep? I'm going to sleep here. My lap was perfectly comfortable. Look, you even drooled on it, you little sicko. Gross. It's nasty. He goes like, no hiring at Judgment Day. Sophie says if Dee was a teacher, that would be hell. Oh, I know. Horrible.
what would you teach?
I don't fucking know.
How to curse?
Probably. It was like backpedaling hard. Rob was like, but Dee, that's what I meant. It's you that read it the wrong way. No, I read it exactly how you put it. If you can't use commas or anything of that nature, you can't ask me to interpret what you say the way you mean it.
It's called empathetic.
Dee, you should go into schools and do talks about how not to end up when leaving school. That fucking sounds exactly like how he fucking meant it. And then he's coming back and like, no, fam. Dee, you would be good at teaching kids who are leaving school on what the real world is. Yeah, dude, no, it's not gonna work, man. You totally dug that hole, man. Just keep digging. Keep going. Just...
Ew. Hey, look who's back with him.
I don't think he likes it. Look at his face.
It's because he's dark. He's evil.
Look how much he hates it. He's like, get the fuck away from me. Like, no touchy.
He's evil now. Oh! See, she has big boobs. And they're out tonight. I don't know why she has them out. They kind of look saggy almost. But
It's because she doesn't have enough support. They gotta be supported.
Bobby!
It doesn't work.
But Bobby should win this.
Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas. Good to see you tonight. Says, hey, guys. What's up, Merry Christmas? Merry Christmas, Thomas. How are you doing, friend? How's the job? How's your dad? How's life? Jojo Day says, can I be a mod, guys? Probably not.
Same.
Ayla's like, Merry Crisis. Sophie says that Roman Reigns segment wasn't filmed when they taped this, I don't think.
Oh, cool.
Well, you mean it wasn't in the spoilers? Man. People's like, Merry Crash and Burn. And Ayla's like, Judgment Day? No. Sophie says, I think I only know one spoiler. Judgment Day, can I be a moderator, please? No, man. Sorry, bud. You got to be here consistently. I don't know fucking why. People do it all the time.
Answer. Every minute of Raw, every minute of SmackDown, every minute of Dynamite, every minute of a pay-per-view for like at least a year.
Yeah.
And then we'll go, okay, this guy's there.
Consistently there all the time.
You have to constantly be here. Like,
yeah.
Like put up with us, like Picola and Ravi.
Yeah, and put up with my assholiness because that's what you have to do. People's like, how much wrestling you know? Or Ravi's like, so you guys ever buy anything in the sales?
Always.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I buy sales shit all the time.
Sometimes, are you broken? Like, broken? Your words don't work? It was like, no new mods. And Beagle's like, I disowned my kids for this position. Exactly. See what you have to do? Sacrifices, bitches. Sacrifices. Sophie says, I tried eggnog once and I didn't like it. I don't want to be a mod. That seems like hard work. Yeah, it's time consuming and it's hard work. We expect you to be here all the time. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. All the time. One of our mods doesn't even show up anymore. He fucking had kids and left. He like pulled a what's his face. I got kids! Can't even come in and say Merry fucking Christmas, bitch. What an asshole. I hope you're listening to this, Luke. Asshole. Merry fucking Christmas to you and your family. It was like, I hate eggnog also. I don't like it. I don't like the taste of it. It's weird to me. I've tried it a couple times over the years just because. I'm like, hey, you know what? Taste change. I'm going to try it again and see. Nope, still don't like it. I don't like that either. Picola says, and even had a 6-week course of sarcasm and love for man panties. Picola knows where it's at. He knows. He knows. Sophie says, I don't get why people like eggnog. Some people really enjoy it, but you know what I think it is, Sophie? Is you guys are drinking it without alcohol. And that's probably where the problem lies. You got to put that weird rum crap in it, and then it might be better. I don't know. I've never had it that way. It still sounds gross. Robbie says, D kept me in check. That's why I'm here. Mm-hmm. It was like, that's what we want, Fat Lisa. Give up your children to be a mod.
It's like Hollywood. You have to sacrifice.
Pickle's like, Thomas, the parents are fighting. You jumped into the middle of it. You think freaking Logan Paul has a better place to make a video? What?
Than wrestling?
To make a video? Like...
Was he in the bathroom?
Did he make a video in a weird place? I guess I wasn't paying attention. So he
either.
says, so the people in this arena had to sit through 4 hours of wrestling. Oh, I bet they were really sad too.
They probably had to sit through more than that.
They probably couldn't even go to the bathroom. They're like, they probably shut down all the food things. They couldn't even get food. They're like, you can't even have drinks or anything. They're like, nope, sorry, you got to sit through 4 hours of this without anything. It's like torture. And then they told them when they had to cheer and when they couldn't cheer. Oh, it was terrible.
Why to cheer?
Sophie says, no, it wasn't in the spoilers. Hayla says, did Judgment Day block me? I don't know. Sophie says, so who is in the running to be a new mod? Nobody. Rebecca says, need a kitty sitter? I'll do it for you. Nah, he's pretty good and does by himself. And Robbie says, it's tough being here every minute for Raw. I know, it's awful for me too. Sophie says...
That's tough on everybody.
It looks like AJ Styles isn't part of the club anymore. Maybe not. People's like, Heath Slater, LOL. People's like, love you, Luke. Yes, we do. We love Luke, little shithead. But he hasn't been in, and I figured he would at least come in and say Merry Christmas to us, but he hasn't. I am very disappointed in him right now. He has been part of the Wrestling Gap family, and now I don't know. He's like the redheaded stepchild, I guess. It was like, that's why I'm not mod. I can't get rid of my kids. Sophie says, some channels make people mods right away. It was like, Luke abandoned us. Rob was like, is eggnog thick?
Yeah. It is. It's very thick.
It looks like eggnog is gross. Thick like snot. Thick snot. Thick like snot. Thomas says, I did a midnight shift today. Not fun. Dad is okay. And we'll be headed into the city tomorrow with my friend as I've not seen him since his wedding last year. Oh, that's cool. You're going to the city with your friend. That's nice. I'm glad your dad's doing okay. Sorry you had a late shift. Been pretty busy for you then with all the crazy people getting final stuff for like Christmas and everything. I know you work in like retail. Oh, let's see. Piccolo's like, I added some coffee creamer. Would that make it better? I feel like that wouldn't make it better. I mean, eggnog plus coffee creamer. I feel like that might be kind of gross. Sophie says, you went from having 3 mods to 2. Technically, we still have 3 mods. Luke is still a mod. He just doesn't show up to work. He's got, kids. So, it was like thick. People was like, it's sort of thick. It was like, ugh.
Sort of. It's way
I've
thick.
seen it thick and thin, depending on how you make it. Words, it says, a wise man once said, mod is not given, mod is earned. Perfect way to put it. It was like, my typos are strong. I'm not having a stroke. Are you sure? So it says, I went to a pay-per-view and they shut down everything like an hour before the show was over. I was like, Dean knows about the toughness of that 3rd hour of Raw. Oh my God, some days I just want to fall asleep. Like, I seriously, have to force myself to be awake. I'm like, God, I'm just so exhausted and tired. I'm just like, it was like, Travis won't let me be mod. He's jealous of how cool I am. Sophie says, at least you don't have to pay your mods to do your work. Aww. Oh, that's really sweet, Sophie.
And here we go.
I have the power. Just ban all of you. The power. The power. Just ban you all.
Sparks coming out of her fingertips.
Thomas says, do you want a list of incidents? A list of incidents? What?
What kind of incident?
What kind of incidents are we listing? Sophie says, I'd rather have a chocolate milkshake than an eggnog. And Robbie's like, eggnog sounds like it would big you the shits. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my Lord, dude.
It doesn't. Actually,
I'm just going to go with English as your second language.
It goes back the other way. It actually probably clogs you up.
It's like Luke is a traitor, backstabbing son of a bitch. Jordan Lindley says you're a towel. Well, you're a washcloth, so I mean.
A towel.
Sophie says this video package for Kross with him mentioning the bloodline is interesting. And Pico says, yeah, and my random TikTok games I create sometimes won't keep anyone out of 3rd hour Rosses. That's true. He was like, give me that list. He was like, big you, the shits, big time running boots. Jeez, you guys. Hey, this is the other championship match, guys. Who do you think's going to win? Is it going to be Santos?
Well, I mean...
Or is it going to be Bobby?
I would assume Bobby wins easily.
But then he has to go up against AJ Styles.
No.
Oh, I mean Kevin Owens.
Yes.
That guy.
And that's why it would make more sense if it was Escobar.
True. It might. Rob is like, I do it because this channel does slap and gives me jokes. And Pico's like, ew, I know where washcloths go. No bueno.
Oh, Jesus.
That's fucking right. You see why it's more gross? It's calling me a fucking towel.
Call you
a
loofah, and then it sticks in it. It's even worse. Along came Polly. Like, trying to shove it down the toilet and shit.
It was like Jordan Lindley was reincarnated into a used rack. Oh, God. So this is a former Billy Kay just gave birth to her son. Oh, she finally had her baby? She's been posting all of her prego pics forever. Does she have a man, or did she just go to a place and go, I really want to have babies, impregnate me?
A bar?
Sure. At a bar. Where it's like, wash claws 2 was your private parts. Yeah. Pickle's laughing. Rob is like, wash. And so it says, I know who wins this match, but I don't want to reveal it. Oh, come on. Tell us, Sophie.
Nice, huh?
I love that. That's why I got it, because I thought it smelled delicious.
I
wouldn't have got them if I didn't think it smelled good, by the way.
That's pretty strong.
Yes.
But they smell good.
They do smell really good.
It'll never be used. Unless we can get it somewhere else. Do you think they still sell it?
I don't know. Sometimes they just do special ones and they never have them again. That's why I got 2.
We need a Cincy Diller.
Oh, we do have one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I've been getting this stuff from, is my Cincy Diller.
Ask a question.
Oh, Jordan's talking about getting dongs. That's pretty gross, man. And Ayla's like, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Yeah. Can you? Sophie says, so as a WWE fan, it will be weird having a week off without watching wrestling. It's all right. Do stuff with your family. Watch something else. It's fine.
Go throw snowballs at cars.
Well, they're in Florida, so they don't.
Oh.
They have rocks. You just have to throw rocks.
Don't throw rock. Water balloons.
Throw rocks.
Water balloon.
Throw a turtle.
Oh, God.
Go find an iguana and throw an iguana. I heard they're invasive there.
Actually, just grab some iguanas and then send them to me.
Ew,
I'll take them.
Nobody wants them.
I
They're
want an
mean
iguana.
as fuck.
Well, they can get.
Well, they can wait
ones.
until they like get frozen when it's really cold there, and I hear they might be getting a little bit of a cold snap.
They're just frozen. Then send me a frozen one. They'll thaw out by the time it gets here.
Pickle says, well, I would be tribute for that awful task, Billy Kay. I don't know if it would be an awful task, Pickle. I think you're, nah. Rob is like, Defo doesn't smell good from Travis' reactions. Travis is weird about smells. He could cough and hack and be like, but he'll be like, that smells really good.
It was strong.
Sophie says, it is Santos. No.
Of
But
course
how?
it's Santos. Has to be cheating.
Oh, definitely. He's got to cheat. He's got to fuck it up somehow. Ooh, maybe those street profits out there fucking up for Bobby. That's probably it.
Why would they try to split the street business up already?
It was like ass, and Joe's like, how about this? Your ass in my face. You know what, guys? That's how you ended up with kids.
Ew.
Let's not have this conversation.
Let's not forget there's Pink Eye.
And pink eye. You can give him the old pink eye. Something says AEW can't take a week off because they don't they have a pay-per-view next week? Yes, they do. They have a pay-per-view on New Year's weekend. So, are you asking Travis that? Jordan? Robbie likes boy butt. Pickle says lost some sense of smell in Iraq from burn pits. Oh, I bet. That kind of sucks.
I knew a girl that got beat up by her boyfriend, and he threw her out of the car, and she hit her head, and she can't smell anymore. Is that a weird?
Is that the one that had twins?
Yeah. He played basketball for the local college.
He seems like a really nice guy.
His name was CD. Chris Daniels. Should I say alleged? Alleged. Threw her out of her car.
Allegedly. It really happened. It actually happened. I don't think you could say allegedly when it actually was proven that it happened.
Right. Well, I'm saying his actual real name, so if I'm saying his name, I probably should cover all my C's and Q's. And...
He was
7 foot tall.
Wasn't he like taken to court for her? Did she press charges or something? I thought she did, but maybe not. Jordan's like, I mean, my face and your ass. It's the same thing, buddy. Sophie's like, I can't smell anything. Ayla's laughing. Stop. And Robbie's like, only your butt, Ayla, as it looks like a boy butt. Sophie says, or I could be lying about that spoiler. And Pickle is like, oh, Lord. And Ayla's like, so Sophie's timing is perfect. I have a feeling it would make more sense against Kevin Owens if it was Santos that won. And then Kevin wins and he goes up against Logan Paul. So I'm going to miss all these watch-alongs that I go to next week. It'll be okay, Sophie.
You'll live.
It'll be fine. It will be fine. You'll be okay. I promise. It was like Sophie never lies. And maybe some of them will do it. You don't know. Maybe they'll be like, oh my God, I want to just watch this recap of everything that happened, of the greatest moments of Raw from this year.
Those are expensive. Those Sensei things.
Yeah, some of them are pretty expensive.
Where's the...
What is that?
It's a mug, but it's a Sensei burner. I don't know if it's by that company, though. It's a different company.
Yeah, it's not. It was like, Sophie never lies. And Robbie's like, royal win for Santos. Holy crap, did you see that basketball? That was crazy. It like went around the inside of the rim like this. And then it bounced out. And then I don't know if it bounced off the backboard, but I don't know if it went back in.
Right. They call that a toilet bowl.
They didn't show that part.
That's what we used to call it in grade school.
That guy's distracting. He has pink shoes on. Throw him out.
Look how tiny they are. Whoever they are, they're little. So it's probably those guys that have always been with them. Sophie can't lie.
There it was. The cheating.
Sophie can't lie. She told us the truth. Oh, God, there's still another half hour? I thought that was the main event.
I thought it was too when I was ready to leave.
I was like, okay, we gotta get off.
I'm like, yeah, they won. Okay, bye.
And
Merry Christmas. Have a great weekend.
hey, look. That's a table lamp.
Cool beans, man.
It's only $200.
Only. Excuse me. Hassan's in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. Happy holidays and happy first day of winter season. Yeah, it was the
Hey,
first
look
day
who
of
it is.
winter.
It's Humberto and Angel.
Hey, look, it's Humberto Carrillo. Look at that cutie face.
He's so dreamy.
Oh, my God. I haven't seen him forever.
He's so dreamy.
He looks kind of cross-eyed right there. That's amazing.
But dreamy.
He is pretty dreamy. He actually is pretty cute.
Now they got
like, I can't help it. He's
maybe
pretty
they're
cute.
sending him down. Maybe they're sending him away. Is she like a Santa's helper?
I don't know what she is.
It's not, wasn't my night, but I would do what I always do.
Oh, it's these guys.
I don't know what to do.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm gonna punch
He's
the
beating 'em
pretty
up.
guys because I'm so ugly because I'm a chimney sweep.
Sophie says, watch-alongs are the only time I get to talk wrestling with other people.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're here for, literally.
It'll be okay, though. You'll be all
When
right.
I designed this channel, it was that purpose. It was like wrestling fans don't have a lot of friends. And so we need a community where we can all hang out.
And then Travis is like, hey, Talitha, I need you to do this with me.
And then not
We're gonna
make
talk
fun
about
of people
wrestling.
that like wrestling. You know, my mom would be in here and she would tell us we're all idiots. She'd be like, you believe that stuff? Like, no, Mom, I don't believe that stuff. I'm just embarrassed for them. Like, I can't believe you watched that. Aren't you?
And then I ruined it. Don't worry about it. I can ruin things. Perfect. Pico says, what ice cream should I make with my new Christmas gift? Ooh.
You have an ice cream maker?
Yeah, he said he got an ice cream maker for Christmas. Were you fucking listening earlier?
Yeah, you know.
He got sweaters and an ice cream maker, bitch.
Was the sweater also called a jumper?
He called it a jumper.
I remember that. I have one of those up in the attic.
An ice cream maker?
Yeah. And it has an electric motor or a churner. So you can just put an electric motor on it and just let it go. And it's a wooden bucket. It's got like a plastic bucket that goes in it. And you put like salt water and ice in there. And then it turns itself. It's like... And then you could make pecan ice cream or whatever you want to make.
Pecan? Pecan?
The Pekingese ice cream.
Robbie says, any more fights in the NBA? No, they got rid of that guy. They said he can't play anymore.
Indefinitely.
Ayla says, I don't have friends either, Sophie. Piccolo says, I will probably make a cookie dough and mint chocolate chip for sure. And Ayla's like, Fat Lisa, Oreo mint chocolate chip ice cream. My favorite ice cream. Yummies. Hassan says, what are you guys going to do this weekend on the holidays? We're going to play video games, watch boxing, eat food,
Huge boxing event.
and
Maybe the
hang
biggest.
out with people.
Maybe the biggest boxing event ever tomorrow. It's in Saudi Arabia. So if you're in the States, it's in the middle of the day. If you're out of the country, it's prime time for you.
Yeah, prime time.
But Wilder's fighting,
Prime time.
Joshua's fighting, Bivens fighting, all on the same card. That's 3 pay-per-views right there.
Prime time. Prime time. Prime time. Sophie says it will be interesting to see what they do if New Year's Eve ends up on a Monday. Oh no.
Dude.
It's not going to change anything.
All that stuff happens.
It's gonna just they're just gonna do it. They're just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do it. And people are we're gonna have a show.
2, 1.
Piccolo says, who did I miss?
Hip, hip.
You missed Angel and Humberto. They showed up to help out Santos. So they're back, but on his team. They're bad guys. It's amazing.
They're back. On parole.
Piccolo says, right, this is a small community. And Sophie says they were on the main roster before they got brought back down to NXT. And Jordan's like, for a great low rate you can get online. I'm sure you can.
There's no great online cheapness. It's all expensive.
Robbie says, is that true, D? Wrestling fans don't have many friends. I didn't fucking say that. His mouth said those words. The fuck, man? Don't be putting your my name and your fucking shit when he said it. Yeah, he said it. You take it up with him. Is it true, Travis?
Okay.
The wrestling fans don't have many friends?
Yes. But a lot of people don't have many friends. So it's not just wrestling fan. The thing is how many people get together with a group of dudes or women every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like, I get it every Sunday for football. I get it for every pay-per-view, wrestling pay-per-view. Like, hey, I hang out with a bunch of dudes. Or UFC pay-per-view. But do you do it 3 times a week? Maybe 4 times a week? No. Nobody does that. They're not going to sit there and hang out with their friends every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's more of what we do. That way, we can all hang out together.
It's true.
And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Although Sophie doesn't like us on Wednesdays.
Yep. Ayla says, I'm not a wrestling fan. Travis just told me I needed to be here. I said no, and he yelled at me, so now I'm here.
So fair.
Sophie says, it is Angel. It is Angel and Humberto. And Pico says, but I have like 2 to 3 buddies who will bring up the Attitude Era stuff, never anything current. And that's true, right? Because they stopped watching it at some point.
Or no, $10 a piece?
That's expensive. They're like $7 if you get them from them.
Oh my god, $3 more.
It's expensive. That's a lot. And Robbie says, DLL, no need to get angry. Who said anything about being angry? Robbie says, can the ice cream maker make sorbet? I'm sure it could.
What the fuck is a sorbet?
Oh my god, it's not ice cream.
Sounds weird.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's coming from Ravi's mouth, so of course it's weird.
I don't know that stuff.
Ravi says, can the ice cream maker make sorbet?
Is that what we have? It's right next to me. I can look, but
maybe? I don't know. I can't remember about I think it is the castle. You're like, it's right next to me as I dig around and make a whole bunch of noise. But it's right here.
It's right next to me.
Pico's like, oh yeah, smoothies. I will have to see about the sorbet. And Sophie says, when I was in high school, me and my friends talk wrestling all the time. Yeah, how long ago was high school? Hassan says, tomorrow night I'm doing AEW Collision on Holiday Bash.
How much was it? I shouldn't ask because it was a gift, but was it $230?
No.
That's how much it's going for.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. No fucking way was it that much. It was more expensive than like a regular Sensi because it's a special edition. But, yeah. Let's see. Ayla's like, delete that. But is it true you don't have friends? It's true. I really don't have friends. Sophie says, Angel and Humberto reminds me of when Carlito's brother and cousin were a team. It was like Travis yells a lot. Pico says, yeah, after College Bowl season, I hardly watch anything with other folks. And Ayla says, he's super duper mean. Sophie says, why is it so hard to make friends as a wrestling fan, but when it comes to other stuff, it's a lot easier? That's not true, Sophie. It's actually just hard to make friends in general as an adult.
It's kind of a strange thing because we get all of our
dumb.
good friends when we're young.
Yeah, and if you don't get any friends, then you don't have friends as an adult.
And then when you get older, it's really hard to break into a clique. So, like, if there's two single people that don't have friends, and when I say single people, I mean, like, people that don't have friends, not, like, that are married or in a relationship. I'm just saying two people that don't have a lot of extra friends. They will meet, and they can become really good friends, and that'll work. But if you are a dude and you want to make friends with this other dude that you work with, but he's got friends, you're not getting in that group. Unless you have something very special to bring, like you just moved there and you're a good people person, then you're fine. But if you like have worked with the dude for like 5 years and then all of a sudden you're trying to be friends with, not gonna work. Guys are very, very standoffish with friends. They're worse than girls. And girls are pretty damn bad. And so, but dudes, you're not getting into that group. Unless you marry into it. Like I said, there's ways to get in. You know, you marry their sister or something. You're going to get, all of a sudden you're in that group. But for the most part, guys just don't want to meet other dudes. They're very comfortable. They're very good with their clan. They know those guys are going to fight with them if they get in a fight. You start meeting new people, it's like, how do you know that dude's going to be your ride or die? Is he going to rat on you if the cops show up? You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea what this dude's like.
True.
Not that we're doing illegal shit, but I'm just saying. You want to be able to do something illegal and not get in trouble for it.
Beagle is like, it'll be okay, Ayla. Jordan's like, squirrel. And Ayla's like, I'm fine now, but I don't know how long it'll last. I was like, D, the one my nephew has makes sorbet. Oh, that's cool. I don't know anything about him. I don't make that stuff, so there you go.
I'll look up what a sorbet is.
I was like, where, Jordan? And Jordan's like, Sea Monkey owes me money. And Piccolo says, I kind of want to see about making fruit popsicles. There is a downtown shop who makes some. Wow, so good, but it's expensive. Oh, I bet. As if it says I graduated high school in 2006. Yeah, that's a long time ago, you know? I mean, do you still talk with those people about wrestling? Probably not. Rob was like, most people make friends through hobbies as an adult.
Yeah, but wrestling's a hard hobby to tell people that you're into. Because you don't just, like, go to work with a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt on or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how do they know you're a wrestling fan? And then how do you become a wrestling fan and not be kind of weird? You know what I mean? Because some of them are weird.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of wrestling fans that you probably wouldn't want to hang out with, and I know a few of them. By the way they don't come over.
I know a few of them, too.
And it's like...
all of you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Lord. But...
I'm going to leave now.
There are some that are just normal people, and I have a few of those that are good dudes that you could hang out with, and it would be fun.
It was like, I like Lord of the Rings. No one likes me because when I talk about Middle Earth, people cringe and slowly back away. I cry.
There's huge groups for that.
Whatever.
Harry Potter and the one you're talking about, the Lord of the Rings, they have get-togethers at the college for it. You're talking like hundreds of people. They go play like Quidditch and shit.
Yeah,
I mean, for the Harry
fun.
Potter one, they do have Middle Earth stuff too. But yeah, I mean, and they're from like 16 to 50 or 70 or whatever.
It's true. Piccolo says, I have food industry friends, old army buddies, and like board game friends. Nice.
Yeah, that's
it's a good round of people. So
I want some friends that I can play Dungeons & Dragons with, and then I want to learn how to play Dungeons & Dragons.
Sophie says, I bet the best of shows will feature some sort of storyline. They might. And Jordan's like, 2. And Ayla says, I graduated high school in 89 and no one is alive anymore. Piccolo says, cookout buddies or like a common sport is a way to maintain friends. Jordan's like, toss me. And Piccolo's like, Ayla, come on. You made it sound like people are in their 60s.
Toss me.
It was like they were Fat Lisa. They'll always be 60. Sophie says, I don't know how many people watch wrestling every week, though. And they might not watch Raw and SmackDown every week like you normally do. It was like, I can't make this jump. You have to toss me. Piccolo's like, oh boy, Travis, that does make sense. And Ravi says, most of my mates either like music and sports and comedy or all three. And Piccolo's like, LOD is Homer backing into the bushes meme. Yeah. Jordan's like, you're making me want a hot dog real bad. Oh, because the 4th of July stuff. It was like, no, Travis, no one gets together Sophie says, no, I stopped talking to my high school friends after I left high school. That makes you a terrible friend. Especially if you were friends with them. Ayla's like, just call me Jennifer Coolidge. Sophie says, I made friends when I used to go to my summer camp one. I still text for a while, then I didn't hear from him again until after I moved away 8 years ago. Sometimes that happens. And Piccolo says there's a couple who cross over, but mostly I have to be the person to organize hangout stuff. Yeah, Piccolo, how exhausting is that?
It's a pain in the butt to set it all up sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I just stop.
I think you
can. And then guess what? Nobody
site.
talks to me anymore because I don't reach out and make them do stuff. So I'm just like, and done. I don't want to do this
because everybody's
anymore.
comfortable in the way they are.
And that's fine, but I feel like it shouldn't be my prerogative to be the person. It's like they could be those people too.
Right. So they have them actually on the site.
Oh, do they still have them there?
For $6.50.
Yeah, I knew they were cheaper. I just didn't know if they still had them. If they do, I can just order them.
Hey, look, they have Wizarding World. They have Luna Scent. They have Hufflepuff. They have Ravenclaw.
Yeah, they have all of the houses, but that one, I didn't like them. Or else I would have gotten them for you. But I didn't like the smell of them. Like, that was the only one I liked the smell of.
Seal them or something so they can't smell. I just want the packages.
Oh, that's why. Jordan's like, ew, people. Ravi says, is that how Travis pulled you, D, saying, hey, do you want to watch Raw?
Is that real?
Are you fucking kidding me, Ravi? I thought you were asking if it was normal for that. Which part? The Made-In?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're here. They're local.
It's a company that was made for... It was a couple of ladies who got together and started making this here in Idaho.
I didn't know that. Are they famous? Or
they
are
have
they
a
just in
huge...
Idaho?
They have a freaking huge ass...
Conglomerate?
No.
Following?
No.
Taco?
Manufacturing plant in Idaho, in Boise area up there.
Nice.
Like they have a whole, like the Melaleuca stuff up in the north of us. And over there in Boise, they have a huge manufacturing plant there for it. Like they've gotten so big, it's ridiculous how big they are now. Like I remember when they used to be so tiny, and they were like, I'm pretty sure they were out of, I want to say they were out of like Rigby area or something like that they started it from.
That's cool.
But it was like, I'm friends with Sam.
Oh.
We met in 3rd grade. Jordan and I met in 3rd grade too. People's like, that's life. Sophie says, I find it more easier to have something in common. It was like 3rd grade back in 72. Sophie says, I don't do the whole organized stuff things to get people to hang out with. Pickle says, I only hope to have long life relationships, but yeah, I agree. Sometimes you will have to go out of your way. And Jordan's talking about his naked grandma. It's pretty gross, man. Robbie's like, it seems so, D, you stayed ever since.
Yeah, wrestling.
Yeah, for 4 years. Yeah,
wrestling's
that's
very
it, Robbie.
addictive. What would you do different?
With what?
With Solo.
Oh my god, not have him on my TV.
With AJ.
It says, Jord, you're a troll. And Sophie says, I think I would be a Gryffindor. Yeah, cool,
I'm kind of
Jordan.
an asshole, so I think
Pickles, like the end of February, they have
Slytherin.
the board game convention back in North Alabama. I may be going up there for a few days. Oh, that would be freaking awesome, Pickle. You should do it, bud. That'd be cool.
Yeah, there's
do
no
it.
way you don't do that.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. That's way cool.
Oh, fuck.
It was like, I'm a snake mouth house.
Slytherin.
So he says, I feel like it is a lot harder to plan stuff.
It's called Parcel Tongue. And basically just drop out if you go to Hufflepuff.
It's terrible. You're a bad person. Robbie says, oh, that's not Ayla's grandma. It's her auntie. Sophie says, I think whatever we see on the best of show for Raw, we will get for the best of SmackDown. Maybe. It's a possibility, Sophie. Oh no! AJ's getting beat up. Oh.
Best of all time.
Where's his little group of friends?
Whose?
AJ Styles.
He was mean to him.
Well, that doesn't mean they don't come out there for their boy. Oh, no. He missed him.
He's probably going to join the bloodline next.
Pupils, like, in a way, Idaho is similar with Florida. We are. We're totally the same.
We share the same coast. And we both have AIDS monkeys.
It's true.
With herpes.
It's like Robbie Jordan was talking about Travis's mom. Duluth did the right thing by not reading that out loud. I'm not fucking reading any of it anymore. It was like Fat Lisa, Idaho and Florida is the same but different. So he says, because you don't know what the people would like to do if you plan something. Well, so normally you know those people or get to know them. And so you plan something to get to better know them, or it's stuff they like to do. Robbie says, so do you baste your steak with butter and a sprig of rosemary and garlic?
Not the rosemary, but
no.
Everything else is good.
I do not baste my steak with butter.
What does baste mean? Put it on it?
Basting means that when you cook your steak, like, so you pan fry it like I do, and then you melt butter in the pan, like after you turn it down, and it's a low heat, so it melts. And then you take the butter, and like you would put like rosemary and stuff in it to like infuse the butter with those flavors and tastes. And then you take it and like scoop it over the steak while it's cooking. Okay. Basting it like you would a turkey.
That's what I thought, but I would just want to make sure. So, yeah, you just put a piece of butter on it at the end.
I do. That's what I do. I do it with my pork chops, too. So this is AEW Dynamite ratings were bad this week. It went to 7,000 viewers or something like that. 7,000 or 700,000?
It was 700,000. You know, Raws were way down, too. Raws were at like 1.4.
Damn. Ouch.
I thought
Triple
that was
H
bad.
is doing the bad.
But, you know, Triple H.
I mean, the other TK.
He's Tony Khan Jr.
It was like, Robbie, do you smell toast? And it was like, Sophie, shh. And Robbie's like, Ila, you can lick the toast for extra flavor.
There it is.
So Sophie is secretly Jim Cornette, and I'm loving it. People's like, it's the holiday season. It's the holiday season. It was like, Robbie, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't. He doesn't know how to make sense.
Forget.
Oh, can't get him up.
That's because he's fat.
He can't get him up. He's like, I'll get you up. It's like Sophie equals Jim, and Robbie says, Ayla, why would I smell toast? And Sophie says, I'm not a planner. My mom is the planner. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes.
That's it! Oh, no, but Solo's going to roll out of the ring.
He's like, I'm just going to go this way. Don't mind me. Here I go. Oh, he rolled out. What a jerk.
Uh-oh, look at that. Roman attacks him. Ring the bell.
Oh, no.
So AJ wins.
Roman came out and saved Solo face. What the fuck? That's weird.
He needed saved.
It was like, I was just wondering if you're having a stroke. And Robbie says, that's you, Ayla, with your typos. Quentin Mitchell's in the chat. Hey, Quentin says Solo's wrestling in shoes now.
Yeah.
Was he? I didn't even notice.
I didn't notice
either. I wasn't even looking at his feet.
I just assume everybody wears shoes, so when I see shoes, I don't think about it.
Ayla's talking about toast again, about provocative toast. Because it has to make sense, according to Jordan. Because says, oh man, I love craft beer and food trucks. And that's like a staple down here to meet new people. We have those things too in the summertime, Piccola, because in the wintertime, it's too cold to do that stuff.
Yeah, he does have some sort of shoe on, doesn't he? Is it like a moccasin?
I don't know. It's like tennis shoes, it looks like.
They look very flat to me. Hey, look! It's Randall.
It's old Randall.
Randall Orton.
With the Orton. So it's like, I'd rather be Eric Bischoff than Jim Cornette. And Pico's like, how dare you, Solo? It was like, pericotive toast. Robbie says, Ayla, what does it even mean? So, Robbie, there used to be this running joke about having a stroke, that if you smelled toast, that you might be having a stroke if you weren't making toast. But it's not true. It's just funny. It's like a joke. I'm sorry, you don't understand.
Hey, LA Knight's going to come down. There he is.
Oh my God, he's gonna come down and help him, and AJ Styles is gonna be like, bleh. And he's gonna be like, bleh. And Pico's like, avocado on toast? No. It's too expensive.
They just said the megastar. They've done lost their fucking mind.
Turns like that guy doesn't even count. He can't even read. Rob is like, oh yeah, D, it's funny. And Illa's like, no one needs to read. I'm just gonna let you guys have your weird little conversation by yourself. And Pico's like, toasty marshmallows? No. Haven't seen her. I think she's just on Raw.
No, she's just on SmackDown.
Oh, is she on SmackDown? I didn't see her tonight. Where was she?
She probably took a
Where the fuck is Toasty Marshmallow, bitches?
I don't know. We saw the other girl.
We did.
I told you I didn't want any help from you.
Or you. I don't need your help, bitches.
Triple threat.
Yeah, well, we all hate each other,
Randy
so
should
there
just
we are.
RKO him out of nowhere.
It looks like, Dalitha, I'm only here for you to read my nonsense. Really? Well, you know what? I just don't want to read nonsense.
These three should be able to get along with each other, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Bug! Rob is like, D, where are you living for
look at
avocado on toast to be expensive?
Whoa.
Oh, it's from a commercial.
Look at the megastar
Why are they fighting?
is fighting Randy.
But why are they fighting?
LA's getting beat up. Oh, no. Randy's getting beat up.
Oh, AJ's
It's going to be a triple threat.
This is dumb. I don't understand it.
Not enough time for
It was like,
to
I'm going to
happen
live
tonight.
through you. Cool. Pico's like, Robbie, are avocados a delicacy where you live?
They might be. They hard to get.
In the UK?
Yeah, where are they going to grow them? North Africa?
Oh, I was like, Ayla lived through Travis. Ayla's like, right, Fat Lisa, UK land of the avocado. All right, that's the end. Goodbye. Just kidding. All right, that's the end of SmackDown, guys. I'm glad there were all the spoilers that you guys did tell me about. Had to sit through the whole stupid thing. It was ridiculous. It ruined my night.
Sophie told you all about it.
No, Sophie didn't say anything.
She did.
Sophie had no information whatsoever.
She told you the
one
winner.
thing. One. That was it.
How many do
One.
you need?
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Just as a reminder, we will not be here Monday night, which is Christmas Day. We will be here on Wednesday night, though, for AEW Dynamite. All of you have a safe and wonderful weekend and a very Merry Christmas to all of you out there who do celebrate the Christmas holiday. Have a wonderful day with your families, your friends, and everything else. All right, everybody? Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. Bye-bye.
Bye.